so much for coming in.
Thank you.
How are you doing? Good. So you tried to drop out of college, is that right?
I did.
And what happened?
I actually did drop out, and because I was like, school, not for me. I want to get in the real world. So I go home, and I'm sitting on the couch, and my dad comes home one day in the middle of the day, and he says, "What you do home?" And I said, "What do you mean?" He goes, "What you do home? You know school." I go, about that, I want to tell you, I'm going to drop out. And he comes right up to me, right in my face, and he says, "Love you, I kill you. I bury body in backyard, go back to school." And that was it. I went back to school.
Wow.
Fear is often a great motivator.
You, in your book, say that selling is really the basis of all relationships, whether business or personal. Unpack that a little bit for me.
I just found that the hardest thing I had to learn in business was selling, because I was a typical geeky immigrant kid. I was afraid to talk to my own shadow. And when you get into business, you've got to put yourself out there. You've got to be able to sell something. Sales is everything. Sales is the little kid trying to talk his mom into an extra hour of TV. Sales is a nurse trying to get a job for the first time outside of her field. Sales is trying to talk your way out of a parking ticket. Sales is everything.
People often think that sales is about being an extrovert, but you say that actually introverts can make better salespeople. Why is that?
The internet.
Really?
Yeah, today customers and clients have access to information they never had before. Think about this, when you go visit a customer today, anything you tell him, he can verify. Think how different that was even 10 years ago. They can look up the price of most things, the cost, everything. So it's not about selling someone, it's about providing value. And people that are introverted tend to listen better. It's more about listening than talking.
Are you an introvert or an extrovert? You sort of alluded to this before, but...
I'm a chameleon that way. I'm very good at both. And I think that as you go on the path of sales, you have to learn to adapt. We talk about this on Shark Tank. The five of us sit around during lunch because we have nothing else to do, and we say, if you had one key characteristic that you could keep and somebody took away all the other ones, which one would you keep? And we always come back to adaptability. If you can adapt to situations, you can move forward.
Being on Shark Tank, what has that taught you about business that you didn't already know?
What I've learned is boring is death. You know, on TV, we talk about this all the time. You can be fat, you can be thin, you can be bald, you can be ugly, you can have a big nose, you can have bad teeth. With the magic of Hollywood and plastic surgery, you can change all of that. What you can't change is boring. People never remember what you say, they remember how you made them feel.
Why did you decide to do Dancing with the Stars?
Well, because I'm a great dancer, of course.
You are now.
It's always about challenging yourself. I was at a point in my life and things weren't going great and I needed a new challenge. You know, some people go and hike a mountain, some people run a marathon. To me, dancing seemed impossible. I mean, literally, I had never danced. It seemed incredible that I could even do it. And it looked so beautiful. I thought, wow, if I can do that, maybe I can do anything.
So were you scared?
Petrified. Think of this, the first dance, there's 15 million people to watch the show and 900 people live in the audience. And they tell you, by the way, this is a live show. You're like, of course it's a live show. And so what we mean by that is if you fall down, the camera doesn't stop. And you're like, holy crap, it's a live show.
I actually have a recurring nightmare about that very thing.
Oh, I used to wake up in the middle of the night sweating and fear. I was like, ah!
Do you still dance?
I don't. The funny thing is the show is such high pressure, you actually never learn to dance. So when you do your cha-cha, you learn a routine for 1 minute, 26 seconds. That's it. And it's very embarrassing now because Kim and I will go somewhere and people will be like, oh my God, it's Kim and Robert. And they'll like, everybody will get off the dance floor and they'll put the music on and I can't dance.